The Manchester City is experiencing one of the most challenging periods in its recent history, and Sunday's 15th defeat to rivals. Manchester United only worsened the crisis engulfing the club. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment on the video. It helps us a lot. Let's get into it. The Manchester Derby, held at Old Trafford, was marked by a dramatic conclusion. Despite taking the lead, City succumbed to a last-minute comeback, losing 2-1, a result that exposed a series of internal issues and revealed the fragility of Pep Guardiola's team. With this defeat, the citizens have now suffered 8 losses in their last 11 games, a stark contrast to the excellence the team has built over the years under Guardiola's leadership. This negative streak not only distances City from the Premier League title race, but also jeopardizes their chances in the Champions League, where their performance has been equally disastrous. Guardiola admits powerlessness. "I'm not being good enough." Pep Guardiola's press conference after the defeat was marked by an unusual tone of despair. Known for his optimism and confidence, the coach showed rare signs of discouragement and insecurity about his ability to turn the situation around. "I knew from the start that the season would be difficult, but I didn't imagine it would be this much," Guardiola admitted, visibly frustrated. "I am the coach of these players, of this club, and it's my role to find solutions. So far, I haven't been able to. That's the truth." The coach's self-criticism didn't stop there. He went further, fully accepting responsibility for the team's current state. "I have to find a solution, but I'm not being good enough. It's as simple as that. I'm not doing my job well," concluded the Spaniard, showing the immense pressure he feels to justify his role at one of the world's most powerful clubs. Locker room tension. Bernardo Silva doesn't hold back. In addition to on-field struggles, Manchester City's crisis is beginning to cause friction in the locker room. Bernardo Silva, one of the team's leaders, openly expressed his frustration with the team's performance in the derby. The Portuguese midfielder didn't mince words and harshly criticized the squad's attitude. "We played like a U15 team. It was unacceptable, especially in a derby against United. These games demand focus, commitment, and passion, and we simply didn't show that today," Bernardo said, making it clear that the players' patience is wearing thin. Premier League and Champions League, 2 scenarios of disaster. The defeat to United has left City in a precarious position in all competitions. In the Premier League, the team sits in 5th place with just 27 points, 9 behind league leaders Liverpool, who also have a game in hand. The chances of contending for the domestic title are increasingly slim, especially given the consistency shown by their main rivals. In the Champions League, where City was considered one of the favorites for the title, their performance is even more troubling. With only 8 points from 6 matches, the team is ranked 22nd overall, far from a direct spot in the round of 16. Even with 2 group stage matches remaining, qualifying for the next round seems unlikely, and the risk of an early elimination is very real. Guardiola and the toughest test of his City career, Pep Guardiola, who turned Manchester City into a global football powerhouse, is now facing the greatest challenge of his tenure at the club. Since arriving in Manchester in 2016, the Spaniard has won numerous titles, including 5 Premier League championships and the long-awaited Champions League trophy last season. However, this season represents a complete departure from that success. Questions about Guardiola's future at the club are starting to arise. While he still enjoys the backing of the board and fans, the pressure for immediate results is at an all-time high. The prospect of a potential overhaul of the squad and coaching staff looms over the Etihad Stadium, especially if the team fails to reverse this downturn quickly. What's next for Manchester City? Manchester City's next challenge will be against Brighton, in a match already deemed crucial for regaining confidence and preventing the crisis from deepening further. However, the problems run deeper than just needing a win. Guardiola will need to find a way to reignite his team's competitiveness and restore harmony within the squad. Meanwhile, the fans, accustomed to celebrating titles and setting records, now endure the anxiety of watching their team falter across all competitions. The 2024-25 season which began with so much promise, risks going down in history as the biggest failure of the Guardiola era, unless a spectacular turnaround occurs in the coming weeks. The pressure is immense, and time is running out for Manchester City.